Hi guys. So today I wanted to talk about how to take back control of your life physically. If you're anything like me, I was physically fit and pretty good size my childhood and my teenage years, and then in my early 20s I started gaining weight after getting married, and life stresses you out and you seek food for comfort and things like that. But through most of my 20s I was not too big. But then going into my 30s and now early 40s, it just kind of got away from me. I did have a spinal lumbar fusion surgery, and before I had that surgery, it really kicked my butt. I was in so much pain, and I probably went for about 2 years before before I realized that my back was actually broken. So that was not helpful, being in chronic pain and not being able to move and exercise. And then after the surgery, of course, it took a while to get my strength back as well. So that kind of slowed things down. But regardless of those things, my weight just has continued to go the wrong direction year after year after year. And my world was getting smaller year after year after year, to the point where this past year I started really withdrawing from social activities. I didn't want to be around people unless it was like a super small group of like 2 to 4 people. I didn't want to go to fun things, like weddings and baby showers. I felt bad because I should have supported my friends, but that's just how much I really was becoming a homebody because I didn't want to be seen in public. I mean, I even shop online exclusively and get Walmart grocery pickup or delivery so that I don't have to go into the store. And then activities, like I started wearing only like workout clothes because nothing else was comfortable. And then even like for church, putting on a skirt or a dress. I know this is going to sound really harsh, but the best way I could describe it is I just felt like every time I would try to dress up, it was like putting lipstick on a pig. I know that sounds really mean, but I didn't have self-loathing. It was more just I was at such a weight and size that I was just downright uncomfortable in my own skin. And in my mind, I still thought of myself as the 20-something-year-old Lara Croft. But then when I would catch glimpses of myself in the mirror, or just realize, I don't look good when I'm putting on clothing or trying to dress up, I would quickly be reminded I'm no longer that person. Anyways, so year after year after year has gone by where I kept saying to myself, I'm just going to try this one more thing. I'm going to try going carnivore. I did that for 5.5 months, and my blood results were horrible, to the where my doctor freaked out at me and just asked me to eat more balanced and stop doing fat diets. I fasted for 22 plus hours every day for about 1.5 years. That didn't work either. I went vegan and did that for a couple years. And even though it felt instinctually good to be eating so clean, I didn't lose weight on that either, even though I would have these humongous salads every day. And so I don't know if it was hormonal stress, belief systems, I'm not really sure. But all I do know is that I finally realized that I needed to take control of my life. And for me, I know everyone's journey is different, but for me that meant raising the white flag and getting some help. So I talked with my sister and some friends of mine that have had bariatric surgery, and I just needed a win. I needed a win. I needed to get my life back. I needed to finally have a blood panel that wasn't red across the board from cholesterol and triglycerides and high blood pressure and sleep apnea issues and just on and on. And so anyway, it was weird because I've been thinking about bariatric surgery for years, but I just felt like holistically I didn't want to do that to myself. It just felt wrong. But there came a breaking point where I was like, what I'm doing to myself hasn't been working. Nothing I try has worked, and I do need help. And now it's a matter of my health. Like, I don't want to have a stroke because my blood pressure is so high. I even got turned away from the dentist about 6 months ago because my blood pressure was too high. They didn't want to do my filling. So that was kind of that was actually a big wake-up call for me when that happened. So I went and finally got on blood pressure medications because, again, I'm kind of holistic and I didn't even want to be on meds for the longest time. But anyways, long story short, it felt to others like it was a spur-of-the-moment decision, but for me, it's been a decision in the making for a long, long time. But in July 12th, I went ahead and flew to Mexico and all by myself, and I got the surgery. And that's a story for another time as far as which surgery I got and why I chose the place I chose. But I have to tell you, it was a wonderful experience, and it's just, the peace of mind is priceless knowing that by this time next year I will be myself again. I'll be the girl that I think of in my mind. I'll be the girl that I remember being in my 20s as far as energy and body size and shape. Taking control feels so good. So this video is just to encourage anybody out there that is feeling like I have felt, who has also tried everything. And for the naysayers, there is one thing, because my mind is naysayer too, obviously, for certain things. And so there's this thought like, oh, I wish I could have conquered it on my own. I wish I didn't need to resort to having the surgery. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I could have gotten a personal trainer and had them kick my butt, and I could have probably figured it out on my own if I kept trying. Eventually I would have figured it out. But I didn't. Year after year after year, I didn't. And so I don't know what that mental block was, but at least now it's handled. At least now my numbers are getting better, even just a month out from surgery. And I know that it's not a cure-all, and some people, push their limits and don't eat healthy afterwards and do gain weight back. But for me, I'm sincerely doing it for health, and I know how to eat healthy after years and years of reading every book out there. And I know I'm going to be successful, and I'm not going to be one of those statistics. So it was exactly what I needed. And now in the future, if I get super stressed or somebody in my family dies or something, major happens, I'm not going to be able to revert back to food as comfort, because literally I'm restricted in the amount of food I can eat and the type of food I can eat, because if I eat something that's too processed and too bad for you, it makes you pretty sick. So it's just that safety net where you can live your life and have confidence that you'll never ever see these kinds of numbers on a blood panel or on the scale again. So that is my journey. I might add more details later as I think of them, but that is how I took control of my life physically, and it feels good. I encourage anybody to reach out to me, and I'd be happy to share where I went and why I went there. It was just an absolutely wonderful experience. Thanks.